Hello, everybody. It's me, Ross, and welcome back to the recap. This week, I'm joined by Dazza as we get the 5 takeaways from the Blues win in Fleetwood. A good 2-0 win up at Lancashire. Dazza, let's go and get the first takeaway. Sam Morsy, town skipper, has scored his first town goal. It was coming, and well, many more to come, hopefully, from him.
Yeah, it was a good goal as well. All the interviews afterwards, it sounded like it was something they'd been working on the playground, on the training ground. And our friend John made some cash out of it, so that's all good. But I think obviously when Morsy came, we saw him as this sort of pivotal defensive midfielder that was going to be running around and covering everything. And when he partners with Evans is the guy that's spraying the ball around, and Morsy's sort of, sweeping everything up. But just recently, we've seen, certainly under McKenna, we've seen him, getting forward more and running forward with the ball, and it's a great asset. It's something I've heard him talk about that he has done in the past. It's that sort of role, and he does it well, because once he's on the ball, he's strong, and it's difficult to get him off it. So it's a side of his game that I hadn't expected when he first made his debut, and he's dangerous in going forward. So yeah, great to see him get that goal. We almost scored last week at Morecambe, but yeah, that goal, massive relief, because the game was pretty tight at that point. We were a bit sloppy, so we're fearing in the stands that this could be a third draw in a row where we deserve to win, but just couldn't get a goal. But up he stepped, far post, calmly side foots it in.
Of course, the second goal scorer on the day was Caden Jackson, and he's taken his opportunity in Dazza. Since McKenna's come in, he's chucked him in, and he scored again. How has he been doing?
Yeah, he's been good. I've been to the last game at Morecambe. He didn't start there, but he made a big difference when he came on. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk over the last few weeks about our strikers and the lack of goals that we've been getting, and out of all 4 of them, Jackson is the one over the last 4 or 5 games who's stepped up and made a difference. And there's a few deficiencies in his game, but what he does have is pace. No one likes to play against pace, and there's it gives us a few things. It gives us that option of the ball over the top, just to stretch out the defense, and if they so that they might fall deep, and if they fall deep, that then gives room for our 10s and Selena and Chaplin, Aluko, whoever's playing behind those sort of that front 1 or 2, to that gives them more room. So Jackson's got something that none of the other strikers have got. He's always been quick. No one can ever criticize his work rate. He always runs around closing everyone down, and finally, he's good goal. He took that goal well. He didn't really have many opportunities. He too many times in the game they kept launching long balls to him, and he was being marked by Toto for most of it. And there's only one winner when those two go up for a header. But I heard him talk after the game that they were just working on that situation with Chaplin and Selena, where when they get the ball, he would just turn and run, and that's something we don't get from PIGOTT, Norwood, or Bon. So I think if we're going to stick with anyone, then Jackson's the guy who's taken that opportunity, and I was really pleased for him that he got a goal. So he did really well. His link-up play is not bad. But yeah, just that pace and that ability to stretch and create space for other people is really important for the whole team.
So, of course, we've been praising McKenna with his tactical changes, his plan Bs, his game management. Did that make a difference once again on Saturday?
Yeah, and honestly, when it's quite easy for us as fans to, maybe we can see what isn't working. We're too narrow, we're not crossing, whatever it is. But most of us can't really see what change to make. And for so long now, we've been under managers who don't make any change whatsoever, even if it's going awfully bad. This is how we play, this is the formation, these are the tactics. And there's everyone that I'm standing with or sitting with at the grounds, we're all confident that he's going to make a change, either at halftime, we've seen that a few times where he's made subs, or just during the game, that just have faith now that he'll work it out. He'll see something, and that change. I was pleased that Backinson coming on for PIGOTT. I think many years ago people might have booed that. That there's like, what are you doing? We need to score. Why are you taking the striker off? But we could all see Selena was going to move forward, and then it was very different from that point on, and we go and score 2 goals. So if he hadn't made that change, if he does a like for like change, Norwood Bon on for PIGOTT, or then it probably wouldn't have worked. But yeah, the guy is smart. He knows what he's doing. He understands football. And yeah, I got total faith. I got total faith that if things aren't quite right, we're not quite clicking, not haven't got the ball in the right areas, that he'll work something out. And he did it again. He did it again on Saturday. So yeah, again, just another example that we're in very safe hands with McKenna.
One of the players that is thriving under McKenna is Luke Wolfenden, and he continued to thrive. And I saw you put a quote out. Idris Towns Van Dijk.
Yeah, the Suffolk Van Dijk. He is just so. I mean, he's a player that 3 seasons ago when he came back on loan from Swindon, he impressed everyone, and then he's had a couple of sticky seasons. Lambert went off him, and Paul Cook wasn't having him for a lot of the time, but he's just so calm, and he's just that central role suits him perfectly, because maybe he's not the best man-to-man marker. He's been lost a few times when he's played in a 2, but he reads the game really well. And then every single time, even on that bobbly arse of a pitch we had to play on Saturday, every time you just come along, just clean the ball up. There was a few times, whether he did it deliberately or not, I don't know, where he did like a back heel to like beat the defender and then run out with the ball. He's so calm, just does everything right. And there's no miscontrolling. There's no, the ball bouncing off him or anything like that, like we've had with Toto. Obviously, he was at the game on Saturday. And he's just a massive asset to the whole of that defence. Either side of him, Edmondson and Donacien are both excellent defenders as well. But that central role is just perfect for him, and he's doing it just fantastically well. So not surprised he won Player of the Month last month, and again on Saturday he was just fantastic. So yeah, the Suffolk Van Dijk is what I've christened him, and that's exactly how he plays. He just strolls around, very calm, never rushed. And just cleans everything up. So no one beat him whenever there was a one-on-one with him. No problem. Just stayed strong, reads the ball, and cleaned everything up. So yeah, fantastic player. Glad he's ours.
And the final takeaway is sticking with PIGOTT. A surprise start again for him. Would you stick with him for Lincoln City on Tuesday night?
I would. Obviously, it's not my decision, but I think at some point, it's PIGOTT, for different reasons, injury, personal issues, whatever, he hasn't got a run in the team, and too many of his appearances have come on as a sub. And he played well on Saturday. His link-up play was good. Linked up well with Burns. He was sort of playing more on the right-hand side. He got himself in a brilliant position, trying to pick out the far post, but obviously his shot went just the wrong side of the post. But the rest of his play was good. He didn't do anything wrong at all. There was no point in a game where he was just giving the ball away, or he linked up well. He got in really good positions, and I think all strikers are. They all need a big arm around their shoulder, and they all need to be loved. They're that type of character, and I don't know him, but if you're saying he's a typical striker, he needs that confidence, needs that backing from the manager, and I think if you're going to back him, then start him against Lincoln on Saturday. So he formed a good partnership, I thought, with Jackson, and let's give him a go. Let's give him a go rather than chop and change again. Let's give him a chance, and let's give him the backing, and hopefully Tuesday, the ball bounces, hits his knee, and flies in the top corner, and then he's off and running. Because we need we need the strikers to be scoring, because the rest of the team, the defense is fantastic, brilliant goalkeeper, midfield controls the game. We just need people on the end stuff now. So I would personally, I'd be sticking with PIGOTT. Whether him and Jackson need 2, 3, 4 games, whatever happens, and just see how they get on. But yeah, I'd be sticking with PIGOTT. He did well on Saturday. Play him again.
Well, we should wait and see if PIGOTT does start on Tuesday night against Lincoln City. Dazza, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your 5 takeaways. Get involved in the comments down below, your takeaways from the Fleetwood win. And let's bring on Lincoln City at Portman Road on Tuesday night. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for future videos. Bye-bye for now.